The worst job I've had, counting all the little pens and marketing goodies. I remember doing it, and I said a rough number of like, it was roughly 1,000, and Rob said to me, roughly 1,000, I want the exact number, so I had to count them again. This was my first week at Red, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be brilliant.
Kellnern. Das war ein Horror. Also ich habe als Kellner angefangen und meine Karriere als Kellner ging ganze 3 Stunden. Und die Karriere wurde versaut durch ein volles Tablett mit 6 Weizenbier, die ich dann den Gästen über den Schoß gekippt habe.
A maid. I used to work as a maid because first I came to Germany, I don't speak the language, and all I can do is work where people don't see you or don't talk to you. And I work as a maid, and I think the first word I learned was putzen. That was like cleaning in German, and I started learning like broom, what it's called, and how to clean things, what it's called, lappen, and things like that. So yeah, I have to say that's the worst job I had, but I'm doing it every week basically. I mean, you have to clean your house, don't you?
Not working for Red, I should clarify. I probably shouldn't name the company that I was working for, but it was a sort of a startup in a small shoebox office with a brutal maniac of a boss, and it was a thoroughly unenjoyable time for everybody involved.
Worst job ever. Babysitting? I think babysitting was terrible. Still do that today for my own kids. It's a nightmare. Then you constantly have to keep an eye on them. They're constantly doing something that you don't want them to do. That's a terrible experience, but it's funny, obviously.
It was a tennis club, and I worked in the kitchen as a dishwasher. That was probably the worst job, not because of the job itself, but the way the chef was treating me.
The worst job I ever had was waiter at a Chinese restaurant. It was really horrible. I hated my boss, who was, really not the nicest man.
My worst job? That's a good question. I never had worst jobs. All my jobs were good. Most interesting, for example, was maybe a job as a flight attendant. And it was a quite strange, interesting, let's say, colorful experience.